As a young teen, I was always that skinny fat kid. I always had that round face, and I just hated the way I looked. I had that double chin that I just wanted to get rid of. I would always wear baggy clothes just so I could hide my belly, even though it wasn't even that big. But I idolized Ronaldo. I literally loved Ronaldo just because of my cousin. And when I seen the shape that he was in, I was like, I want to be in that shape. But then I deprived myself of food. I was eating one meal a day, and it just was not healthy for me. I started working out, but then lockdown kicked in, and I fell down a bad rabbit hole. I was drinking, I was smoking, and I just was unmotivated. I weren't willing to go to the gym. I just didn't want to improve myself until that motivation come back. I started working on myself. I was loving it. I started watching gym videos that I thought I'd never watch. I started working out with my friend because he knew more than me and he would push me further as well. And I'm always grateful for that friend because he's made me the person I am today. And I just loved the gym. I was pushing the weight with the limited resources we had during lockdown. And then lockdown was lifted, started going to the gym, and I was loving it. I was seeing a bit of progress, seeing a bit of my biceps coming through. I was training 3 times a week. I was just loving it, pushing heavy weights, and I thought I'd never push. Getting bigger, trying to pose like the professionals. I was confident enough to get on camera and start talking to it. I was gaining a lot of weight, and I was loving it in a short space of time. And I got to a physique where I loved, and I was like, wow, this is possible. And I never thought it was possible. My back went insane, and then I dirty bulked, and this is where I kind of went downhill. I started getting fatter, but I knew this is what exactly I needed. My arms were big though, and I loved it, but all I wanted at the start was abs, be an athletic build. And I was just going downhill. I was depressed, I had anxiety, and I broke my hand, and this was the worst I've ever felt. But then I was like, I need to fix this. So I started documenting it all on my TikTok, started filming when I was bigger, and I was motivated than ever. I was pushing heavy weights, getting all my reps in, counting all of my calories, making sure my protein goal was always there. And I just loved it, and I wasn't even eating crappy foods. I was eating whole foods. I started to see a difference. I started to see a change. The vascularity was coming back. My chest was more rounded. My shoulders were still big. My arms were still big. And then I started to see more changes. Started to see belly fat loss. My ribs were coming through. My obliques. I was still eating clean. Still tracking every calorie. Meal prepping for work. I was locked in, and then my abs were getting way more visible. I shaved my hair off, and I was like, I gotta lock in. I gotta spend more time on myself, and I was loving it. I was doing the cardio, and then I'm at the point where I am today. I'm lean. I'm the biggest I've ever been. I'm the strongest I've ever been. And I'm just in love with my body at the minute. My fitness journey has been ups and downs, but honestly, the best choice I've ever made. This boy here would never have thought he would be the size he is today. He thought it was never possible. He didn't even know I would ever achieve this. But the power of the mindset switched, and then he thought all was possible and done it for himself.